Yes, yes. I really wanted to do this video before. I've talked about it before, but I had to after seeing this to well yesterday, but I have to talk about it. And that's the state of collector's editions, deluxe editions, limited editions, whatever editions there is. There seems to be a trend going on that's just unnecessary. And I'm gonna get onto that first, but I really want to start and get this out the way with limited run. Limited run is like a company. Well, it started out like with two people, whatever, and they were just releasing like PSN titles, as actual physical copies. Some that we really wanted but never got, and it started out pretty good. I'm just missing the first one. I got like about 50, 60, just from the numbers itself, number 2 to 60, whatever. And I got some of the collector's editions, but there was a point where it wasn't fun no more. It just went downhill, and that's like a little bit before Night Trap. Some people had issues of getting certain titles. I've never had that problem. I was like, maybe that's just the computer system with what they have or whatever. But when Night Trap came out, the whole everything crashed. The whole system, the whole web page, whatever, the whole server went down. So many people didn't get copies. And from what people said, only those who had bots got copies or whatever. Some luckies, who did it through mobile, whatever the case may be. A lot of people didn't get it. I didn't get one. Everybody was mad, and they assured us it wouldn't happen again. Because they had two times, one in the morning and one in the evening for the other half. Evening did the same issue, even so they said it was going to be like that. Afterwards, they said they did something expanded or a new system. It wasn't going to be like that no more. And Sunday had another collector's edition that did the exact same thing right afterwards. It still started putting a bad taste in my mouth, because it was no longer about the collectors getting these issues or like diehard fans. These were freaking merchants who was just re-putting it on eBay for a much higher stupid price. And this was like most their stock. It just went downhill from there. They had a few good titles afterwards, but then it just seemed like every week they gotta have 4 titles come out, or 5, 6, whatever. It's just beforehand it was like maybe 1 title, maybe 2 titles a month or whatever, down the road. Now it's just like every week they gotta have something come out, and they don't care what the name is. It may be a title nobody care for. They just gotta put something out. Sometimes it's good. Finally, they ended up putting those J games out, those JRPGs, those anime type games, and they waited so long. That's just like to a point I don't care no more. I've tried a few more times, and I've had the same issues with certain games. I did get some collector's editions like the Ease. That was the Ease collector's edition. I ended up getting I wanted some badly. There's a few others, but there were some other titles I never got. Then I just stopped. I just quit. I just didn't care. I wasn't amused at the titles they were putting out, how they were doing games. I did try to come back 2 other times, and there was issues. The last issue I had was the Jackson Dex collection, or what they had once again. And once again, most of these were your little merchants and those who try to flip it on eBay. It's just once again put a bad taste and just made me realize why I hated this limited run. I want to say they're getting better, but they're not. I mean, you can argue with me about that if you like, but that's just my opinion, my sole opinion. They're not getting better. Every week they got so much, and now they're chopping in with collector's editions. They must have 2 collector's editions as well per week come out. Um, I'm not happy about that. I mean, I understand what they're doing. They try to make some profit, but when you look at, oh, it's all about the money instead of, for the people, that's just the wrong answer to me. And they did one thing that's good that I kind of like, but their partner I'm not happy with. I used to go off, NIS and get NIS games, and then they had a Iffy. if he decided to partner up with Limited Run. First they did with the what's it, Maya Shelter. I can't think what the title is, but they got the sequel coming out, and it's only for Steam, and you can get the collector's edition physical copy with Limited Run when they do the pre-orders. They're not going to put it up on their website, so they're not going to be like NIS where they partnered up with SNK and both of them are going ahead and sell. To me, they're missing out. What I'm saying, because I'm a huge Iffy supporter. Any type of edition I would get off the site, and they're gonna lose out on shipping. They're gonna lose out on the money on that. So I'm pretty sure Limited Run had to make up for that. They had to fork some money over for that. But I still think that's a hit. Because this year they didn't put out that many edition games. And now not only that, they had a new game recently, but once again they partnered up and they're gonna do the pre-orders with Limited Run. Now, just the issue, like I said, I don't like Limited Run like that, but at least it's going to be pre-orders, meaning, they're going to make enough copies to meet pre-orders. It's not going to be Limited Run. Because if it was Limited Run, I would chewed out Iffy for that. That's going to be a huge negative to me. But like I said, Limited Run has its ups and downs. Lately, it's been a lot of downs with me. Some of the J games I really wanted to get some of those, but I just can't support them no more. That's just me personally. Since I got that out the way, let's jump in what I really want to talk about. Downhill collector's editions and taking advantage of us gamers and collectors. First, it started out with Square Enix and Ubisoft. They're the two main companies that do this. And just jacking up the game prices for collector's editions. Beforehand, collector's editions used to be $99.99, maybe $129.99 max. Somewhere along the line, somebody said, let's do a $199 box. Most likely they're Square Enix. Ubisoft followed afterwards, like, I gotta get in this game too. And what they usually do is they have collector's editions with so much stuff in it, well, Square Enix did this anyway. They have like a model, and the models in Japan go for a lot of money, so I can understand that. They may have a statue bust, but they try to put enough in there, there was like one Final Fantasy drinking set or whatever I didn't like, I just didn't feel that collector's edition. I think that's 12. 12 had that collector's edition I didn't care for. And they wanted like $3.99 for it, or was it $2.99? Either which way, it was overpriced like hell, and it wasn't worth it, But now every game got to be like $300 or something, $350, because they still charge you shipping regardless if you go over 100. They will get that shipping out of you, and it's a lot of money too. $50 for shipping if it's like $200, $300. Yeah. Final Fantasy 7 remake. It's gonna have a statue. I mean, it's a nice statue too. So I kind of stand at 300 price and 350 max. But it's getting pricey. That's kind of crazy to me. And it's not even like a big box set of everything, kind of like how 15 was. I think it was 15. Yeah, 15 had that nice box, but this is gonna be just a separate box for the model instead of the game. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I think it's gonna be a big box for the game and then the statue box. But there's companies that don't do it like that. Namco Bandai, for instance, they got a standard copy of the game and then a box for the models. Like they did that with Naruto. And so they did it with Code Vein. They only made 100 copies US, but in Japan, it's what they really want to do. But they made 100 copies for US. I missed it. I wanted it, but I'm glad I didn't get it anyways, because it's just the standard game and then a box of the model. That really ain't worth it to me, I'd rather have a nice box with everything in it. Anyway, Square Enix was the first one to do it. Ubisoft decided, you know what? Let's do multiple. Let's go ahead. Let's get a standard, a deluxe, a digital deluxe. Let's go ahead and then add a collector's edition and send a bigger edition at a whopping, stupid, retarded price. So I usually get the collector's edition from Ubisoft. It's just the one figurine like Assassin's Creed. But then, if you saw, what's it, Odyssey or whatever, but they had 2 figurines and they wanted a stupid price for it. I just could. I'm not forking that much money over 200 something, 300. Final Fantasy 7 was a exception. But all the other Final Fantasy games and Kingdom Hearts, there was just like two little Lego looking figures. I was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. And that's what I'm starting to do now. I'm just dealing with the regular collector's edition, maybe 120, 130, sometimes 150, but I'm not going for this 250, 300, whatever crap that is. Whenever Ubisoft even had a gold edition, they started to crack down on putting out gold editions. I think the Lord of the Ring game where they put out was maybe the last one. I'm not too sure, but Just Dance, they're no longer putting out gold editions for it. They just putting out the game, and it's now like $39.99 or $29.99. They drop the price. They're not going for full price for that no more because they know it's not making that much sales like it used to. But they still offenders with overpriced collector's editions. I had to get that Ghost Recon, and unfortunately, what was it? Watch Dogs 3. And unfortunately, they don't do pre-orders like that. They do pre-orders where they still take the money on day one. Little cheat method too, but whatever. But now we have a new contender, THQ Nordic. They're putting out 3 editions. It don't matter if it's a AAA game, whatever. In every new game they put out now seems to have 3 editions. They did this with Darksiders, the 3rd game. That's I think what the start of it was. They have a standard, a collector's, and an overpriced crap edition. So they did with what's it about? This game got pushed back so long that it ain't even funny. I can't even remember the title no more. But they did that with that. Put out a overpriced collector's edition. The collector's edition, and then the overpriced edition of 2 figurines, whatever. And it's not worth it. Nobody wants to spend $299 for no overpriced super edition. They got a new Darksiders game out. Once again, 3 editions, stupid overpriced. But then they got was it a point click type game or whatever, overhead view. And it's gonna be a sequel that I've been waiting for, and they made a collector's edition. Okay, that's decent, but I'm kind of scared they're gonna make an overpriced edition of that too. But the latest game they did this with is the SpongeBob PS2 remake. Was it Bikini Bottom something? And they just announced, and the Fun Edition is on Amazon. I don't know if it's live right now, but they got the listing for it. The collector's edition is like $129.99. That's with SpongeBob figurine. But then they have Fun Edition, the overpriced version, and that comes with 3 figurines. This comes with, I believe, Sandy and Patrick. So that's 3 figurines. Guess what price? $299. Jesus. And these are small little figurines, okay? SpongeBob and all that is just $129. What do you think adding 2 more figurines would make $299? Why? THQ, you're going to end up falling apart. You're going to end up like one of those companies that buckled and they had to sell off. And it's kind of crazy because THQ has been nabbing game companies left and right here. They got a huge catalog and whatnot, but you don't get players, us gamers. You don't get us. You just only get other title. I mean, like, you only get yourselves money, 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 and nobody cares. You're not selling your games. You're not making them sales. They also got that other PlayStation 2 remake, except it don't look like a PS2 game like that. They actually did a pretty good job at a remake with the Alien. I can't think of the title, but they've got a standard edition, collector's edition, which I put my pre-order in for, and then they got a stupid edition, a stupid overpriced edition. And what that is a backpack. They got a better figurine. I wish the figurine was the same Alien, or the collector's edition, but it's not. We get a little spaceship with the collector's edition. But the overpriced is called Crypto Edition. They got an alien backpack that ain't worth the price they want for it, and they got the alien figure that's definitely ain't worth the price. But $299.99, and one of the things like $399.99. It's not worth it. I think the Darksiders is $399. That's stupid. Yeah. And other companies want to follow through. You start to notice collector's editions are now going $199.99. Last of Us 2 got Alien Edition, and there's also a backpack. And the vinyl, and they're not worth the price no more. They want more money for their collector's editions. Last of Us 2 is not the only one that did it. I can't think of the other one, but like we got Cyberpunk, coming out. That's a pretty decent price. Uh, what's another one I can think of off the top of my head? Well, Kojima got his game coming out. That got a edition, and I don't think it's worth it. And the price they asking for, just because that little baby lamp, baby whatever it is, they asking for too much for that crap, and it's not what we asked for. I don't really care for that, I don't mind art books and soundtracks, but you asking over prices, and they ask for too much. It is the collecting for collector's editions ain't just. It's not getting fun no more. It's not entertaining. It's not fun, and some of the stuff they putting in is garbage. It's not like Resident Evil 7 where they had the whole mansion. That was fun. They had a whole mansion. I don't have it, but if it ever goes down under 200, like a decent price, like 120, I'll probably grab it. But remember Spider-Man? They had an ugly looking figurine that's not even big, and they wanted 200. They overpriced the hell out of it, or the scalpers did anyway. Now you can find it for like 120, $140, but I already bought the game, so I don't care if we're trying to get a collector's edition of Spider-Man no more. But some of these editions just ain't worth it, Let me know what you think, but that's what I just wanted to get off my chest. When I saw that SpongeBob, and the thing is, the remake still looks like a PlayStation 2 game. It don't look all that grand, okay? It looks like a PlayStation 2 game still, and they want $299.99 for the stupid, retarded, overpriced edition, fun edition. Yeah, fun for your pockets edition. THQ really is missing the gamers. They don't get us. Like I said, it's just they're overdoing it. They're going to tank if they keep this up. Every edition game they put out, they gotta have an addition or whatever for now. And I said that this the future for collectors. You're not even getting games like at $70. Whatever. NIS is keeping their NIS. NIS has been out. Okay, their prices there is on point. But other people ask for collector's editions, it's just too much, man. Overpriced crap for me. Let me know.